Hello everyone. Today, happy Friday and happy, was it the lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse? I think it's the lunar eclipse. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, lunar eclipse. It's a blood moon too. Blood moon, lunar eclipse. And so it's officially eclipse season. And eclipses are wild cards. Anything can happen. So there could be like sudden endings of like relationships or jobs or anything. And I just feel like whatever is ending is just making space for new things to come. I think that the rest of March is going to be full of abundance and full of just like new opportunities. And in order to embrace those new opportunities and like be open to them, you have to communicate that with spirit, right? With Mother Earth, with the universe, whoever you resonate with God. Like you have to speak that into existence. You have to ask for whatever opportunities you are searching for, to bring them to you, to open those opportunities, to look out for the signs of new opportunities coming in, right? And we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, and so far, like with my relationships, like close relationships, one in particular, like I feel like Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde are affecting it. But with Venus retrograde, it's not necessarily a bad thing for relationships. Yes, Venus is a planet of love and relationships, and Mercury is a planet of communication, right? So whatever is coming up, this is showing you things that you still need to work on, right? And for me specifically, I am dealing with past abandonment issues and dealing with I have been anxious attachment, right? I'm anxious attachment style. But I'm working on being more secure, right? More secure in my relationships with others and relationships with myself. And I wouldn't say like I'm falling back into those patterns. I feel like what the situation I am is highlighting that those behaviors might still be there, and to work through them, and being aware that that is the attachment style that is showing to me. Like now I'm aware of it, and I know that like I know what's triggering that attachment style, and I'm able to just work on letting it go, even though it's really hard. I am a projector, which means that I'm a problem solver. I like to come up with solutions, and if you're dealing with someone who is avoidant attachment, it's really hard. And it also doesn't mix well with that anxious attachment, because the more you put your energy onto this relationship or situation, it's going to push the other person away, right? So if we're talking about relationships specifically, if that's something that you're dealing with, right? In Mercury retrograde there's no way I've been recording for 25 minutes. There's no way. But anyways, I could just talk about this all day. So with Mercury retrograde, this is a time to reassess things in your life. It's a time for redirection, reevaluate things that are coming up. Anything that starts with re, right? And so whatever's coming up, it's for you to work on this, because Mercury retrograde it's like a pause on things, right? It's a time for redirection if you are kind of like going off path a little bit. If you're going the wrong direction, Spirit is here to guide you back on that path. And sometimes it could be easier, sometimes it could be harder, depending on if you're on the path of least resistance. And sorry, my communication may be slurred because it is Mercury retrograde, so I may forget stuff. Anyways, with that said, we'll jump into pulling cards. I always like to start with my Moonology Oracle deck. So we have emotions are running high, super moon. I believe this is a lunar eclipse. It's the blood moon, right? Nothing will come out of this situation and bring love into the situation. So it's funny how we kind of have opposites here. We have nothing will come of this situation, and then we have bring love into this situation. So yes, we are still in Pisces season, and Pisces is a water sign, so emotions are running high. And this is a full moon too, so this is like a time to just like release any emotions that are coming up. And I feel this specifically with the divine masculine's energy. I don't know if they're fully awakened divine masculines, but they're definitely on the path if they choose that. And I really feel like that's what this Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, with those both happening at the same time, I feel like that is an opportunity for the masculines to bring love into the situation, because if they don't bring love into this situation, then nothing will come of this situation. That is a test for divine masculine, specifically to not avoid conflict, okay? It's not good to avoid conflict. If you avoid conflict, nothing is going to come of the situation. It's just going to get worse. And, emotions are going to keep running. They're going to build up, and eventually, it's just going to burst and all come out all at once, right? So in order for this situation to be resolved, both parties need to bring love into the situation, to have compassion for each other. And that's just going to be a really big test for this masculine or not, if he wants to face this, or if he just wants to keep avoiding it. And if he keeps avoiding it, he's going to keep on being redirected onto this path of the least resistance. And okay, so I get it. So the clock counts down. Okay, anyways, I just got distracted. I am really excited because I just got the Crows Tarot deck, and it was between this one or this other one that I wanted, but I've been wanting the Crows Tarot deck. It's been on my list on Etsy for so long. I already shuffled the cards and cleared it, so let's see what comes out. What is happening? Let's focus on what is happening for this full moon. Right, we have 3 cards. We have the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. We have fire energy. And it's funny because we are heading into Aries season, and Pisces is the last zodiac sign, right? And they're the oldest of the zodiacs. So technically, it's like the end of the year, right? And Aries is New Year's, right? Aries season is New Year's. So what I'm getting from these cards, I feel like it goes this way, backwards, right? Because what I'm seeing with the 7 of Wands is, you see how this one crow is all the way up here, and you have all the other crows that are behind him, right? Behind this crow. So it's almost like this crow up here used to be down here, and he worked his way up here to get to the top. He was at the bottom, and he got his way back up to the top, And it's like these people are following behind him. He's like leading these people, right? And the six of wands is a card of victory, right? And it's almost like this crow is standing in front of his peers and he's like being crowned, like he's victorious, like he made it to the top. So to me, it's almost like this masculine had to go on this journey, and he was like in this dark place. He was in his shadows, right? And in order to get to the light, you have to go through the shadows, right? You can't have one without the other. And it's like one crow decided to get himself out of the dark, right? He had to face his shadows. And he set an example for the other people behind him, right? It's like he became the leader. He used to be the follower, and now this person's the leader. And now he's being crowned, and he became victorious, right? He's successful at this. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is a card of union. And that's what I'm getting with this card. It's also a card of stability, but you have two crows here. And my ear just kind of rang a little bit. So I'm definitely on cue. And today I did see the word union, and I did see 717, which is an angel number for union, right? Especially twin flame union. But you see how these two crows, they're like talking at the same time? It's like both of you guys have something to say. And I feel like that's how it's going to be when this union happens. Like both parties are going to be anxious and are going to want to speak their minds right away. But that can't happen, right? It needs to be where one party speaks and the other party listens, and then vice versa, right? And then you have the white roses on here, which symbolize purity, right? Purification. So it's like this union has been purified. There was probably some like energetic leaks, energetic third party situations affecting this union. You have the Hanged Man. See, it's surrender. So you see how the cherry blossoms are starting to bloom, and there's so many cherry blossoms where I live, and they only bloom when it's springtime, right? When the weather changes, they start to bloom. And you see how this masculine, he's in the dark, right? I feel like it's the masculine. That's what I'm channeling. And he's in suspense. He's hanging down, upside down, kind of like a bat, it reminds me of, but he's noticing that the flowers around him are starting to bloom, and that symbolizes like all the work that this masculine has done, and now they're starting to bloom, right? They're starting to rise. You know, the Hanged Man symbolizes a pause. It also symbolizes epiphanies, a card of enlightenment, and also a card of surrender. So during this time of darkness, the masculine had to surrender to his shadow, surrender to whatever he was facing, whatever was coming up for him. And he had to take this time to pause and to reflect on what was being shown to him, what he needed to work through. And now the weather is starting to change, right? Things are starting to change for him. We have a Chariot on the bottom of the deck, but I'm not going to take it. The Seven of Cups. Now it's like this masculine has different choices he needs to choose from. What is he going to choose? What cup is he going to choose? Now this could have been shown in his dreams because the Seven of Cups does symbolize dreams, but this is almost kind of symbolizing Pisces season, because Pisces season, you know, it's like seeing through rose-colored glasses, because everything is just kind of like this dreamy energy with Pisces season. This masculine is going to be faced with a decision. And this decision could resemble anything. You know, you have one with the heart in there that could resemble love. You have one with the snake that resembles change. And when he makes this decision, when he is faced with this choice, is he going to make the right choice? And now that's up to him whether or not he wants to make the right choice. And he's going to have to surrender to it. And he's going to have to really lean on his intuition. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Does he choose this divine feminine? This divine feminine knows her worth. She's sitting in her throne. She's just sitting there. She's not doing anything. She knows her worth. She knows she is worthy of so many wonderful things. And she knows that when the right person comes in, like, they will choose her too, because she chooses herself. So this could be an option for this masculine. Is this masculine going to choose this divine feminine? Is he going to choose love? I feel like this masculine is scared of love. Isn't that the final test, though? The divine, in order to become fully awakened divine masculines, they have to let love in. You have the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And the King of Cups he's in love. He's not afraid of love. This is someone who, with the Ace of Wands, they're about to take action. It looks like he's taking a break, right? Like he's been flying for a while and he's just sitting there enjoying the view, just like kind of taking a break. Something to do with the moon. The moon represents your intuition, right? And that's what I said earlier, like this masculine is going to have to lean on his intuition. He's going to have to set his ego aside. And that's what I've been feeling so strongly, is that the masculines, in order to pass this test, they have to put their pride aside, because I really feel that pride is in the way. And that's what he needs to reflect and surrender to. He has to surrender to his ego and say, look, I need to set my ego aside. And this didn't count. There's a card in there, 2 cards in there. And he has to make that decision if he's going to continue choosing things that look good on the surface, but on a deeper level, like, it's not good at all. And in order to make that decision, like, your ego is only going to let you see things on a surface level. Your intuition is going to allow you to see things on a deeper level, because your intuition represents your soul, right? Your divine feminine energy. And you need to be able to flow between these energies. And I feel like this masculine is not good at flowing between his masculine and feminine energy. The 3 of Pentacles. This is cherry blossom again. There's something about cherry blossoms. Now, I love cherry blossoms. They're my favorite when they bloom. So someone here could have something about cherry blossoms, but these have like actual cherries growing on them. I don't think they do that. I don't know. But it's like this person they're working on something. Now, I feel like he's like picking this cherry to like bring as like an offering, you know, kind of like an olive branch. So there could be like this communication or something that's going to bridge the gap, and it's gonna be like a gift, like a peace offering, basically, to kind of just like dip his toe in to see like if it's safe for him to come in, basically. Like, is this feminine gonna be in her Queen of Swords energy, or is she gonna be in her Queen of Pentacles and her Queen of Cups energy? Oh, there he is, the King of Wands. They could be Leo energy or fire sign, but doesn't have to be. He's finally just like, this masculine is going to pass the test. You know, the King of Wands, he goes after what he wants and he's fearless. And I feel like this masculine is going to rise above and become fearless. Like, that's what this divine feminine needs. She needs a leader and a protector in the physical world, because that's what the feminine does in the spiritual world. And this feminine needs a strong leader by her side. She needs someone who's going to guide her in this lifetime. You know, she needs that. And this masculine has not been able to do that, but now he is, because you had this leader energy coming up in the beginning, right, with the Seven of Wands. And, you know, the lion represents the strength card in tarot. And it's like this masculine energy has overcome all of those obstacles, right? And he is much stronger because of it. I don't know. I'm almost out of time here. The Two of Pentacles. In both cards, you have the infinity sign. There's something about the infinity sign. There is no end. There is no beginning. Everything is just like interconnected. But the Two of Pentacles, it's like having to find balance, right? It's like going back and forth on something. So maybe this masculine has been going back and forth on like what they want to say, how they want to say it, when they want to say it. You know, like, is it even worth saying anything? Like, they have to make a decision, and this person needs to get balanced before, like, Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. They could be like meditating right now, reflecting, going within. He almost looks dead with his arms up, but you can see like there's people outside the window, and like he's not letting it distract him, right? And you have three swords up here and one sword up here, and swords represents communication, right? It represents thoughts. So there's something that they're reflecting specifically on, something they want to communicate, a specific message, you know, how they want to come across, what they want to say. So there's a pause. There's a pause in this energy. There could be like no communication or anything right now. Justice, like balance. They need to get balance. Justice is Libra energy, but you see how this person's blindfolded, but they're a king or a queen. Like they're blindfolded. So it's almost like blocking your vision, right? And listening to your intuition, letting your intuition guide you, because you can't physically see anything. It's almost like going into this with blind faith, you know, getting what you deserve. This is a card of getting what you deserve, right? Justice. And it's almost like having that blind faith that like everything you want, you will get. And if you really want something, you trust the process of it unfolding, right? You go after it. So it's like this masculine energy coming through is almost just like putting a blindfold on, or they're like, there's something that's not being shown to them. And even though they can't see something, they have to trust that they're going to get there, that they'll make the right decision, and everything else will just kind of follow after. What is the overall outcome? Cameraman said. Overall outcome. Wow, the King of Pentacles. He makes his move. He finally offers it. The Five of Pentacles. This masculine doesn't want to feel left out anymore. They want to come in with the peace offering, like I said earlier. He's surrounded by all sorts of fruits, all sorts of abundance. And I feel like this could be some sort of wish because you do have the star on there. But the Five of Pentacles, like, they felt left out. They felt left behind. You can see how it's dark around this tree, but this tree is the only thing that's like fully blossomed. So it's like this person, I feel like this person just like didn't let the darkness consume them. Like they didn't let the outside distractions take over, right? They just were focused on this like idea of where they wanted to go, what they wanted to do. And it's like this masculine, this King of Pentacles finally decides like what he wants to offer. All right, I hope that reading was helpful. I am open to do readings or Reiki because I'm going to start hopefully doing these in person. But I'll list like all my information below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.